Alright guys, so after a lot of requests about me doing a video about market structure, bias and everything, I decided to do a video just to help you guys a little bit more how to read market structure and how to find your bias. Even though I'm going to go through a couple of things that are going to help you a lot here, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to make it clear that in order for you to be good at market structure and bias, you have to spend a lot of time on back testing and studying the market. Because for me to get this good, I spend hours. When I mean hours, I mean over 15 hours per day going back and forth on back testing to get this good. So this type of thing or this type of experience, you can now buy it. This all comes with time on the charts and you back testing. So you have to make that clear and spend time on the charts. If you want to do this for a living, don't be lazy. Spend more than 1 hour. Spend 3-4 hours back testing at least 3 times a week. If I know some of you are working, but if you want to get good, you have to spend time on the charts. And not only live training or forward testing, you have to be back testing as well, because you can learn about different scenarios and you can be ready when that happens. Okay, so let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is all-time high, because we're being all-time high. You know, last week or the last 2 weeks we're being all-time high, and I've seen a lot of people are still having a lot of problem on trading, you know, having losses and all that. And one thing that you have to keep it clear, guys, is that when we all-time high and we're in a buy, right, we have the structure bullish, we cannot just still look for buys like we're not like basically like normal days. You have to be aware that every time market grab liquidity out of a swing high of all-time high like this one, there's gonna be kind of reaction because there's gonna be sellers looking to get for sales. Okay, so you have to be aware of that. So there's 2 things on how to apply or how to work on the all-time high. First of all, you have to wait for the market. If you want to be looking for buys, you have to wait for the market to do pullbacks and get to levels that make sense for you to look for a buy, like order blocks of 4 hour, order block to 1 hour, maybe market grabbing liquidity out of higher lows like this on 4 hour, 1 hour for you to get involved into buys. Okay, or just wait for the market to get some pullbacks, like I said, but especially to those 4 hour order blocks and 1 hour order blocks. Okay, that's something that you have to keep it clear. Okay, if you're gonna be looking for buys on all-time high, look then on levels that make sense. 4 hour, 1 hour order blocks, and if they take liquidity out of higher lows, even better, because you have reasons why you can look for a possible buy, on all-time high. Second, if you're gonna be looking for a sale, it's super simple to look for sales on all-time high. The only thing that you have to wait for is wait for the market to grab liquidity on a 4 hour, 1 hour, or daily liquidity when it's all-time high, and wait for the confirmation for the sales. For example, like say we have right here a liquidity grab out of the swing here on the all-time high. So what I do I look for buys here? Probably not. I'm gonna be looking for a sell because I have the market grabbing liquidity out of the swing high. Even though I have the 4 hour and the 1 hour bullish, which we tells that we have to look for buys 100%. In this case, or this, there's gonna be a sections like this one that you have to look for setups for sales if you want to do that. If not, then just wait for the market to do the pullback and you're gonna be good to go. Okay, so what I do, I saw market grabbing liquidity on all-time high. I go to the 5 minutes and I wait for the market to give me breaks on my favor. So for example here, I grab the liquidity, market went up, I wait for a break on my favor like this right here, break on my favor, and then I wait for all my confirmation. Liquidity grab, order block top, and then I break back again on my favor. Okay, so for example, liquidity here, also we have liquidity above here, and I wait for the market to topping into this order block and then give me a break on my favor, which is gonna be this one right here, and I will take the sell from here. You see, that's how you will look for a sale on all-time high. So what I mean by this is that don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you have to go against the market structure if you don't want to, but at least be aware of this. Okay, And don't go just, oh, let me look for buys when you know that you already grabbed liquidity on all-time high. Market's giving you a break on your favor after grabbing that liquidity. Probably a lot of people are going to be looking for a sell. So you're either going to be waiting for the market to just drop and get to an order block that makes sense and you look for the buy, or you take opportunity for sales like this, okay? So that would be the way for me to look for a setup on all-time high. Wait for a swing high to be taken, liquidity grab 1 hour daily, 4 hour. Wait for the market to give you a break on your favor, and then wait for the next steps. Liquidity grab, order block top, and then the next break on your favor, and that would be the setup for you to look for sales on all-time high. That's something that I've seen a lot of people are having problems with, but this is how you take the trade on all-time high. Okay? One more time so you guys can have it clear. You have to wait for liquidity grab to be taken out of swings for you to look for the sales, and this is only applied on all-time high. Okay? No, you're getting kind of trend trades like crazy, just on all-time high scenarios. You have to wait for a break like this on your favor. Okay? The same thing that we do on the type of entries. Then wait for the liquidity grab to be taken on the lower time frame, 5 minutes. Tapping into an order block and then a small break. That should be the way for you to look for your sales on all-time high. If you're going to be looking for a buy, then just wait for the market to get into levels that make sense and then look for buys like we do here, okay? For example, tapping into the daily order block and then you start looking for setups for buy. But don't look for buys. You know, as soon as you see market grabbing liquidity out of a swing all-time high, don't continue looking for buys. Wait for the market to do either a pullback or look for the sales. Simple, okay? So that's one nugget that I can give you when it comes to all-time high. Second, you have to be aware where you are, especially if market's getting into a 4-hour order block or daily order block. You cannot just ignore the fact that you're going to be looking for sales or buys when you're basically right there, okay? So if I'm on a daily order block or 4-hour order block, I can continue looking for sales or I can continue looking for buys, but I have to be more careful. What I mean by more careful, wait for the market to get away from the level here. So for example, if I'm going to be looking for a buy here and market tapping into a daily order block, I want to see the market getting away from that order block and then taking a buy back again, okay? You can look for sales here, but if you're going to be looking at kind of trend trade, I recommend you guys to wait for liquidity grab on 4 or daily. That's the only time I will look for kind of trend trades. 4-hour order block, 4-hour liquidity or daily liquidity. When market do that, even though if we are not in all-time high, if you grab liquidity into 4-hour daily, I might look for a kind of trend trade. So for example, I have a daily order block right here. I wait for the market to grab the liquidity, you know, above the swing, then give me a break on my favor, grab the liquidity, tapping into the order block, and then give me the small break. Same thing that we did here, okay? That's how I will approach on those order blocks of 4-hour or daily. Even though you might have the 4-hour and the 1-hour bullish, you can look for kind of trend trades, but I recommend you to do it only when you grab liquidity out of a swing high on 4-hour or daily, or out of a lower low, you know, if you're looking for a kind of trend trade for buys from the 4-hour or daily. That's the only time I'll look for a kind of trend trade. Another thing, if you have the 4-hour bullish and you have the 1-hour bearish, you know that you can look for momentarily sales, okay? And especially, even though you might have something like this, like happening the past days, for example, on gold, that I have like that clear example of this, that here on gold, on 4-hour, let's go here, on 4-hour, you guys can see that we only have one break to the downside, okay? For example, the only break that we have to the downside, let me see, is gonna be this one right here, okay? And we basically into, this is all internal here based on this here, okay? No, my bad. Here we actually have a break to the upside. So here, we only have one break. Let's see where we have the break. We only have one break right here, okay? Right here. We have one break right here. And then everything here is just playing between these two swings. Swing here and this swing, which actually start, with transferring from here to here, okay? And as you guys can see, we only have one break, which means we have to be looking for buys. But guys, you have to be even though you have the 4 hour and maybe the 1 hour bullish, or for example here you have the 4 hour bullish but you have the 1 hour bearish, and you see market kind of failing every time to create a break to the upside on 4 hour. Don't rush the process of getting into a buy when the price is telling you that we're looking for sales. Because even though I have the 4 hour bullish and the 1 hour bullish as well, if I see at that point I might look for buys. But if I have the 4 hour bullish but the 1 hour is bearish, like in this case, but also I have the 4 hour failing to create higher highs and it's just creating lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, it's telling me something. That market is not ready to go up. So at that point, I go based more off the 1 hour structure, which is telling me that we're bearish, and I start looking for probably sales setup. Unless I start seeing the 1 hour getting bullish back again. So I have the 4 hour bullish and the 1 hour bullish. But in this scenario right here, the 4 hours failing to create breaks or creating higher highs and just creating lower highs, and the 1 hour is bearish, continue looking for sales until you see something that makes more sense for the buy. Like 2 breaks to the upside on the 1 hour, and you might have the 4 hour and the 1 hour bullish. This is the type of thing, like I said, it's all about experience. That even though we said, okay, we're going to be looking for buys 4 hour bullish and 1 hour bullish, we're looking for 100% buys. But sometimes if you have the 4 hour bullish and 1 hour bullish, but we all time high, I already explained to you guys that even though we're bullish, if market grab liquidity, you can look for sales. I've been taking that setup the last, 4 days of the last week, and was all based off this. I know I was an all-time high, market grab liquidity, and I look for the setup even though I have the 4 hour and the 1 hour bullish. Because I understand that market was an all-time high, grab liquidity, and I can look for that potential sales until it get to a level that makes more sense for me to look for a buy. Okay? So I know this kind of information might help you a lot. So there's 2 things that I've seen that you guys are doing wrong. First of all, the all-time high, I give you guys how to trade it. Okay? And second, when you have the 4 hour bullish, and the 1 hour bearish, and you see this type of thing happening, like the 4 hours failing to create higher highs and higher lows, and it's just creating lower highs, look for setups for sales, because the price is telling you that there's not there's no strong push for buys. Unless you get back again into the 1 hour on bullish. At that point, you have the 4 hour and the 1 hour bullish. There's a couple of things, like I said, that can help you a lot to maybe mitigate a little bit more your losses. But like I said, spend time on the charts, guys. Look at the market, read the candles, look at what market is doing. Just don't go blind into, 4 hours bullish, 1 hour is bullish, I'm gonna be looking for buys. Look at where you are. Are you in a daily order block? Are you all-time high? Are you grab liquidity already out of a swing high on the daily? This type of things tells you that there's gonna be a pullback, aggressive pullback, and even though the market might be bullish, that pullback had to happen. So you either look for sales or just wait for the market to do that pullback for you to get into the buy. So I hope you guys get some value out of those videos. This video, go through it. If you have questions, just let me know. And yeah, I see you guys in the next one.